That's right, Skull. Skull. October 27th, it's 4 p.m. my time, which is Pacific time, and I guess 6 o'clock Central time for you guys in Minnesota, which I wish I was there so I can go to games, but loving the weather here. I was just outside. It is like perfect, like 75, no wind, sun's always out. Today I am going to do an extended game recap of last Thursday's game against the Redskins. I did do a recap after the game, but it was a short one. Today I want to do just a little bit, get more into the details and some stats, and then look at the standings to see where we are, and we are at the halfway point, 6-2. Is everyone loving 6-2? Because I am. It's kind of where I kind of hoped we were and thought we would be. I said from the beginning we got to get 2 wins on the road and then win out at home, and then we're 10-6. If we can squeeze out another win or two on the road, we could be 11-5 and maybe even 12-4. Home playoff game. Maybe home field advantage, although I was watching a little of the 49ers game, and they look strong. Defense looks strong. They put up 41 points in this, and there's still a whole quarter to go, I think. So they're playing lights out. Speaking of playing lights out, love for you to subscribe so we can keep you up to speed. And again, this podcast is being presented to you by prairiemachining.com, Minnesota's top machine shop for precision machined parts, metal, steel, that kind of stuff. 952-448-4005. Eric is your guy. So let's go through some of the stats from Thursday's game. Let's look at the offense. So Kirk was 23 out of 26 attempts. That's not bad. Only 3 incompletes. He was 285 yards, almost 300 yards. Now, we got to remember that the last, 6 minutes, maybe more, they were running out the clock, so he didn't have a chance to drop back and throw any passes, so he could have easily been over 300, and I would have loved to have seen him do that just because he could have very easily. But no interceptions, and I can't remember if he got sacked or not, but I don't think he did. Russian, Dalvin Cook, 23 carries, 98 yards. 1 touchdown. I wish he got another carry or two to get over the 100 mark. 4.3 yards per rush, which is very respectable. Alexander Madison, 13 carries, 61 yards, not too shabby. 4.7 yards per run. That's not bad. Kirk had 2 carries, 2 yards. And we do remember when he was trying that 4th and 1 sneak that went nowhere, and then Zimmer admitted that probably his worst decision as a coach to go for it, and he got bailed out. Receiving, Diggs had a monster day, 7 receptions, 143 yards total yards. Cook was a beast again, 5 catches, 73 yards. B.C. Johnson came in, couple of catches, 27 yards. Irv Smith, 3 catches, 21 yards. Rudolph, 3 catches, 17 yards, although I think most of them were these dump screens, which is okay. Madison got in the act. He had 2 catches, 3 yards. And, of course, the famous Laquan Treadwell came in. He had a catch, 1 yard. It makes me wonder why do we even have him on the team, but that's for another podcast. On the defense, let's see. Interception. Harris had that one that was a bailout interception for Coach Zimmer after that terrible call. And no one else got in the act, certainly. Rhodes didn't get any interception. I don't think he's had an interception in like 2 or 3 years, for Christ's sakes. He needs to step it up a little bit. As far as sacks and tackles, Daniil Hunter was a beast again. 1 sack, 5 tackles. Rhodes had 4 tackles, but that's because the guy was catching the ball in front of him, behind him, and he had to, get him down to the ground. Smith, 3 tackles. Kendricks is slowly having a Pro Bowl year. We don't talk enough about Kendricks. I mean, he's just all over the place. He's stuffing the run in the middle, a lot of key stops with, 3 and short, 4th and short. Watch for Kendricks to be in a Pro Bowl this year. Griffin is coming around, half a sack, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Linville Johnson had a couple of tackles, 1 assist, 1 sack. Anthony Barr had half a sack, and he had 2 tackles, 2 assists. Adenabo, he came in, had a sack, and 2 tackles. He's playing pretty good. I think he wants another contract. He's really coming around. I like his energy, and he's making plays. So you gotta give it to him, to an Adenabo, and you gotta give it to me for saying his name right. Standings. Let's take a look. So right now, I did not even include the Eastern Division where the Giants and the Cowboys, because that division, I didn't include that because they don't even look good. But I have the North, the South, and the West conference divisions, whatever you call it, and the Green Bay Packers on top, 6-1. They have a huge game tonight against the Chiefs. Got to pull for the Chiefs. We're 6-2. As far as points for, we have 211 points for, and we've given up 132. Packers have given up 139. And the Bears, I guess they're okay as far as giving up points because they only gave up 122. So they're looking pretty good, but their offense is terrible. 128 points that they scored, which is just not going to get it done. Green Bay has 184, so we actually have the most points in that division up to today. Although Packers are playing tonight, so that'll change. On the South, New Orleans Saints 7-1. They look good. The Panthers, they're getting blown out, so they're going to drop to 4-3 unless they've already counted. I don't think this includes today's game. And then, of course, the Buccaneers and the Falcons are just looking not so good. Frisco's looking pretty good, 6-0. They're going to be 7-0. Seahawks are always in there. The Rams are always in there. Cardinals still need another year or two. Looks like the NFC North and the West is like the 2 strongest, divisions in this conference. So, we're looking good. We're right there. I've read reports that all the experts say that we're right in the playoff picture. So, I'm all over that. Let's just keep doing what we do. I think next Sunday's game against the Chiefs is going to really show us where we are. We're going to have 10 days of rest, and are we going to come out, fired up, or are we going to be flat? That's the question. Are we going to be flat? You always worry about going into a game like that and being flat. So, let's not think like that. Let's say they're going to come out and they're going to be fired up. They're going to want it more than the Chiefs, and we're going to come out with a win. And as far as bad news, Jaron, I can never say his first name. Is it Jaron or Javon? Jaron. Curse was arrested, drunk, had a gun without a permit. I hope he enjoyed his free room and board. He did get out eventually. He posted bail. Does that mean he's going to get released? I've liked Curse this year. I mean, he's played really, really well. I remember preseason, I put up a couple of his highlights. I mean, he was like hitting people all over the place. So it's a shame that, this has to happen. I noticed that he hasn't been getting into games, and maybe he's frustrated and wants to get with another team that will give him an honest shot, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's looking for attention. Maybe he just had too much to drink and forgot he had a gun. I don't know. There's two sides to every story, but no one wants to listen to someone that's drunk and has a gun in his car, and especially when he doesn't have a permit, and when you have a gun, you might use it. So people die when people have guns. So let's hope for the best for Curse. But if he doesn't want to, conform, all we can do is wish him well and play with who we have. Carrying a gun is illegal. It's just bottom line. Looks cool and protection, all that, but it's illegal, so you can't do it. If you have it in your house and you have a permit, I guess that's okay. I'm not a police officer, so I'm not going to continue on that path. But let's go and get it. Has it been long enough without a Super Bowl? Can we get it this year? Can we stop with the almost, and we could have, if we only did this, and let's just get it this year. Let's go. Let's every play, focus on every play. After this podcast, I'm gonna go watch Tiger Woods because he's going to get 82 wins and tie Snead for the most wins on the PGA level. And he focuses on every shot. Every shot he focuses, and we have to do that as a team if we want to win the Super Bowl. And that's focus on every play. And as you can, every play is just so critical. You make that hit. If you could just get that interception, and get there and knock, the pass down a little. Just get there, do it. So, I'm pumped. Let's finish with the Skol chant. Can I get a Skol chant? Skol.